So the next one on our agenda, Matt, that I have is the Old Dominion guy, Zack Kuntz, who had an absolute showcase as well at the Combine. 6'7", 255, was another physically imposing guy where he was standing next to Darnell Washington, and they were just straight towering over every other prospect in attendance in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium, who has outstanding size and showed off at the Combine. We're going to pull it up here. What do you mean showed off? How about a perfect 10 relative athletic score at the Combine? Vertical, off the charts. Broad jump, off the charts. Shuttle, 3-cone, 40.
4.55.
Name it. The bench as well. All elite scores that he showcased at the Combine. And an athletic guy, a lot of teams really got him on their agenda during the Combine just a couple weeks ago.
There's no question that Zack Kuntz is a great athlete. Now the question every NFL team is going to be asking, is he going to be productive on the field? That's going to be the thing. Great athlete, cool. You are now going to be a guaranteed backup at the NFL level, maybe a special teamer. But can you make the plays on the field? That's going to be the question. And, I mean, personally, I think he can. I mean, we can keep going. Like, he was a former high jump and hurdles champ in high school. I mean, he is elite athlete. He's got great wingspan. He's able to create some separation down the seam. And, I mean, he's extremely long. He's explosive. I mean, he's a good player, and he's going to, if he goes to the right system with a team that can develop him properly, he can make an impact.
Yeah.
No question.
And compare him to the other 6'7" guy we just talked about in Darnell Washington. He's more of the mismatch nightmare.
Yes.
That you do not want to see guarding downfield in the passing game. Because he runs good routes.
This is what you want to see. Like, this is not at this level, but this is the kind of player that you want to see Darnell Washington be in 2-3 years' time. He's not going to have the same athletic ability, but if he can play the same kind of game as Kuntz by the end of this, huge.
Another guy who, I mean, Kuntz in comparison runs great routes.
Yep.
He's very instinctful. He understands where he's at in the field, understands where to find the soft spots and zone coverages and make himself available. Right after that catch can get some work, but he's a contested catch guy. I mean, with this frame, how could he not be? 6'7", 255 again. Saw snaps at Y, F, in the slot, out wide. I mean, we'll pull up the official stats. 317 snaps in the slot, 288 snaps in line, 44 snaps out wide, and 14 snaps in the backfield. Very versatile tight end.
Yep.
And then we'll pull up the highlights here. Some Old Dominion tape here on the show.
Here we go.
So again, just some of these mismatches that he's able to do. And sitting very well in soft zone coverages, sits right in the hole every time, makes himself available to his quarterback. I like him a lot in terms of what he can offer to a passing game.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a very underrated talent. And I think Zack Kuntz, he's going to kind of fall off a little bit, and some team is going to get an extreme value pick. Just he made only 15 starts during his entire college career. And, you know, I mean, I just think he's a very high potential player.
Yeah, high ceiling.
High potential, low floor.
Yep.
And I think teams are going to be a little concerned about that. But if he drops, they're going to be much more willing to pull the trigger on it and go and get him. And I don't think he's going to be a starter in the NFL the first year. I think, as I mentioned, he's going to be a backup, special team kind of player, and eventually develop maybe later in the season or into next season into a guy that actually makes an impact on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, I definitely see him being a potential type of player where you double dip. You know, maybe you draft one of these tight ends we talked about before early in the draft, and then you wait a round or two and come back and he's still on the board. So you say, hey, why not take him? Yeah. He's got the potential. Or maybe you have a good tight end already on the roster. I would still want to take him if he's on the board.